Hello, everybody. Hello. We're going to try one more time. Hello, everybody. Hello. My name is John, and down at the end of the dock is my assistant, Chad, and we'd like to welcome you to the Disney MGM Studios Backlog Tour. We're going to begin your tour right here at our special effects water tank. Now, water tanks like this continue to play a major role in many action films. It's here with the explosive, out-of-control mayhem you see in movies such as Crimson Tide, The Rock, and Pearl Harbor are created on a large scale using physical and mechanical effects. The action is then filmed as a carefully planned sequence of events. Well, today we're going to film our own action sequence called Harbor Attack, using many of the same techniques directors such as Michael Bay have used in their films. In fact, if you look at overhead monitors, here's Michael set the scene for us.
In this scene, the program is on a surveillance mission. Search and disguise for enemy aircraft. The crew is caught off guard when the real danger surfaces from beneath the sea. This is going to require a full range of physical effects, split-second timing, and careful direction. We have the lights, we have the cameras. All we need now is the action.
And if anyone knows about serious action, it's certainly going to be Michael Bay. Now, the physical effects we're going to use in this scene includes water cannons, pressurized up to 100 pounds per square inch bullet hits, which are programmed and timed to match the continuity of the visual effects and eventually the pattern of the sound effects. The last and probably the most important effect in a scene like this is fire, which must be ignited at a precise moment. And that's because it takes a lot of time and works to set charges for an explosion. Now, of course, the number one consideration in the time of all of these effects is to save our actors on a set in. That's where you come in. What's your name? All right, everybody say hello, JD. Hi. JD, you've been cast in the role of mechanic in our PT book, and the scene's going to take place in on the engine. So if you go ahead and follow Chad, he gets right in position to them. All right, we're going to shoot two different scenes today, but not in the order they appear in the script. In fact, most movies today are shot out of sequence, which means the actors have to react to situations that have not been filmed. And that can be a serious challenge. So it's a director's job to help those actors find some motivation for that scene. Happy birthday, DJ. All right, JD, here's the setup. 800 gallons of water gonna pour out of those things, fly down into like a freight train. You feel motivated yet? But it's 1,000 gallons of water. So there's a thin line between motivation and fear. Okay, remember now, you just lost your engines. Places everybody. Roll playback and action. Look to the right, check out that engine. Grab that phone. Call Mayday, Mayday, you're going out, taking a lot of water. You're going down, it's coming at you real fast. That's it, you got it, keep going, you got it. That's it, yeah. That's it. Now this is what we call a physical effect. Let's give a nice round of applause. You know what, JD, since you did great, I got another scene, but you're going to like this for real. This time you get to sit back, relax, and try to act dry. We're going to insert that shot in our next scene, and we'll see how it all ties together in our final sequence. Now, this next scene takes place on the deck of our PT boat. Let's go ahead and meet the rest of our brave crew.
How about a big round of applause for Brave, Captain Todd, and the brave deck crew of Ted, and the brave deck crew of Joe and Kristen. Our guest is on the second crew standing by.
All right, thanks, Chad. Roll playback. Remember, crew, we're in surveillance mission. Captain, grab those binoculars. And action. You hear a plane approaching, Captain. You've got to find that plane. Everybody to 10 o'clock. Everybody to 10. You're shocked. You're surprised. You're stunned. You're in trouble because that plane's coming around for another run. Spin that wheel, Captain. Get that boat out of there. It's too late. He just started to end this. Pick up the phone. Call the mechanic. Hey, crew, what's this? Crew, over here. Torpedo to starboard. That's right. Okay, just when you think it's all over, you start to relax, you exhale, you catch your breath, but then you look to the front of the boat, point to the sky. Crew, point to the sky, up in the sky. Enemy bomber 6 to 12. Enemy bomber 6 to 12. The two torpedoes, screw over here, over here. Two torpedoes are coming fast. Port to eyes, tell them look out, tell them look out. And cut. Let's give Actors a nice round of applause. Now let's see what this entire sequence looks and sounds like after we have computer-generated images, a few lines of pre-recorded dialogue, and a rousing musical score. If you can turn your attention and your camcorder to overhead monitors as we proudly present Harbor Attack. That's right. Let's give Actors a nice round of applause. They look great on camera, didn't they? We'd like to thank you all for being a part of Harbor Attack here at us Festival Effects Water Paint. Now, if you are waiting for one of our brave volunteers, please stay where you are. And if the rest of you turn to your left, proceed down the range through the props warehouse, then you will find a shuttle waiting as we finish the behind-the-scenes look at the Backlog. On behalf of Chad and myself, we hope you enjoy your stay here at the Disney MGM Studios. Goodbye, everybody.
Don't tap the glass. They hate it when you do that.
Right, the balloon. Porcupine. You. Backlog.
Son, there's something I want you to know. What's that? In about 3 seconds, I'm going to scream like a little girl.
Turkey rookie.
Hello and welcome to the second half of the Disney MGM Studios Backlog Tour. Please proceed down the ramp within the sliding glass doors into the front warehouse. Please keep your entire party together so we may seat you together on the shuttle. If you're traveling with a stroller, please be prepared to fold it and take it with you on the tour. If you have a Disney rental stroller, one of our cast members will be happy to assist you in folding it. If you're traveling with a wheelchair or an ECV, please stand to your right-hand side as you exit our property.
Leaving room for everyone behind you.
Backlog Tour. For a safe trip, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the tram, and be sure to watch your children. Thank you.
Bienvenidos. Para que tengan un viaje seguro, permanezcan sentados, con las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y vigilen a los niños. Gracias.
Now, I did mention before, my name is Elise, but we'd be going absolutely nowhere without our excellent driver, Dan. He's up in the front, waving to you guys. You can wave back and say, hello, Dan. That was weak. Come on, guys. Alright. I see the waving in the back. Thank you very much. He'll be taking us very safely through our back lot today, and you can do him a favor and stay seated at all times so we can always be on the go. We are all clear. Now let me take this opportunity to officially welcome you to the Disney MGM Studios. We are the Florida counterpart to Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, California. I really can't think of any better way to begin our tour than with the symbol of the Disney MGM Studios. We look high in the sky toward the front left of the shuttle as we make this turn. You're going to see our award-winning Earful Tower. Now, its design was based after a water tank that Walt Disney had built in Burbank, California in 1939. But ours is just a little bit different. Instead of 4 stories tall, ours is 13 stories tall. It's capped off with a set of Mickey Mouse ears, which each one of those ears weighs about 2.5 tons. And the water tank doesn't really actually hold any water at all. It's simply built to be the icon and symbol of our studios. Now, the former parking lot to your left is currently being used as a staging and rehearsal area for a new extreme stunt show, Lights, Motors, Action. Our professional drivers use this area to hone their skills in a variety of practice vehicles. The red and yellow Pontiac GTOs that you see were chosen for their legendary performance. In order to do the stunts for the show, they need cars with lots of horsepower and split-second maneuverability. So here at the studios, we are more than just a pretty theme park. We are actually a working production center. We've got state-of-the-art editing facilities, recording studios, sound stages, outdoor sets, just about everything you need to make movies, television, live radio broadcasts, that sort of thing. Well, over the years, we've had a number of high-profile films here, including Marvin's Room, NSYNC, Passenger 57, and some television programs, including The Golden Girls, Wheel of Fortune with Pat Sajak and Vanna White, and Live with Regis and Kelly. Now, on the right-hand side, you'll see 2 of the surviving P-40 aircraft from Touchstone Pictures' blockbuster Smash Pearl Harbor, starring Ben Affleck and Josh Hartnett. Taken from the mold of a real P-40, these full-scale replicas were made in fiberglass over a steel frame. Their wooden propellers were spun by hydraulic motors as they were shot apart and blown up during the film's dramatic attack sequence. Now, only 16 of these replicas were made in sound stages. The rest that you saw lining the runways and sitting in front of the hangars were completely computer-generated. You may want to get one last eyeful of our earful as we head inside the tunnel here. That's the closest you'll ever be to our Earful Tower as a guest here at the studios. Now we're going to be heading inside the most glamorous area of our tour. This is our award-winning creative costuming department. Now, it all begins with the designer's sketch. You can see examples of the designer's artwork along the walls on either side. Then our team of seamstresses and tailors goes to work to turn those drawings to the finished garments worn by the performers. On your left, you see showcases featuring costumes worn by the actors: Herbie Fully Loaded, Ice Princess, Flight Plan, the greatest game ever played, Sky High, just a little bit further up, from Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Our team of 250 skilled professionals uses just about 1.5 million yards of fabric each year to put out over 25,000 costumes, including the ones worn by your driver Dan and myself. That makes us the world's largest working wardrobe. On either side, you're going to see our prop and equipment storage area. On your right, you'll see a whole lot of tires. These tires are being held for our stunt show. Our stunt show will be a set of tires every 2 to 3 days. We'll graphic studio to your left, followed by our scenic shop. Scenic shop is where our scenic artists and craft people work to build and maintain all of the sets of props we use for attractions throughout Walt Disney World, as well as in our sound stations and out on location. Right now we're going to head a little deeper into our back lot. So our studios can build elaborate outdoor sets to be used for television and film production. Now, oftentimes when film crews go to shoot on location, they have to deal with many things they have little or no control over, like traffic, crowds, and noise. So they often prefer to shoot on studio backlots like ours. Coming up on your left, you'll see one of the co-stars of Herbie the Love Bug's latest adventure, Herbie's Really Lovely. That's Demolition Derby Herbie, and it kicks off the start of our boneyard and the start of our Herbie Count. We'll see how many we see on our tour today. Now, most studios have boneyards where they can keep large, oversized props like cars, trucks, planes, even spaceships until they're needed for production, or perhaps for a sequel. Continuing with our boneyard, we have a steamroller from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, followed by 2 Cadillacs. The first is from The Gun and Betty Lou's Handbag. The second is from Tin Men with Dave DeVito and Richard Dreyfuss. The black and white police cars from Dick Tracy. We have a Geo Metro from Big Trouble with Tim Allen and Rene Russo. Plymouth Barracuda was using Disney's own comedy Gone Fishing. That was filmed primarily in and around the Florida Everglades. We have 2 prop planes from Disney's The Rocketeer. These are never meant to fly. Their engines are made out of styrofoam. A blue helicopter cockpit from Blue Thunder. And we have 2 motorcycles that were used in Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade. Came right here to the studios to be used in our Indiana Jones Epic Sun Spectacular for about 6 years before retiring into our boneyard. Now, some of the props from our boneyard are being used by a production crew that's shooting in our back lot today. They're using a large standing set off to your right-hand side. It's been here for quite some time. It's been featured in television specials and commercials, Oprah Winfrey Show, General Hospital, Travel Channel's Travel Secrets. And we do have a green light, which means we're going to be able to go right in on the set and see what a real movie set looks like. Just want to warn you, though, as Dan drives us into the set, that it can get a little bit bumpy. The only way into the set is on a wooden bridge. It gets, a little bit bumpy, so please secure any loose items that you may have. Your sunglasses, your cameras, your Mickey ears, your favorite small child. If you haven't picked one yet, now is the time to do so. And if you head inside, I also ask that you remain seated at all times so that if we do have to leave, we can do so quickly. Now Dan's going to drive us through the bridge. I'll tell you a little bit about this canyon set. Now this canyon is patterned after one in Southern California. It took us about 6 months to build, which is a pretty long time for one set. But when you consider how long it took Mother Nature to do the same thing, 6 months doesn't seem so bad at all. Now located just above us is a platform where the production crew can set their cameras and shoot down into the canyon. If you look straight across, you see a tanker truck from one of our boneyards. But since it was impossible to drive this across the ravine, we actually had to use a large crane and get up over the edge of the canyon and set it down into the city for the shot. The early days were testing some rain effects, I believe. Hey guys, if there's anyone up there, would you be able to show us the rain effects for the gas down here on the tunnel? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. You can see that we're working on these rain effects all day. They're not quite perfected yet. So basically, the rain comes from our stuff. They're located just above us, out of camera view. Now we're going to use the stuff shoot the water I work to give it a more lifelike appearance as it falls. We can tell us about anything here in our background, including the weather. Did you say that you want to okay, well, production crew, we have a crew of guests down here. Can you hear me? Production crew? Okay, hold on tight. Looks like we're going to be a part of this scene. Now the canyon is a facade, which is a front door for false front. The canyon itself is a steel structure covered in wire mesh. The wire mesh is covered in a layer of colored concrete that was hand-carved to look like natural rock formations. Small yellow pipes carry the gas for the fire and explosions that you saw, and the larger pipes carry the water for the flash flood. While beginning, we opened the gates with 3 large holding tanks floating on top of the canyon that said 70,000 gallons of water running into an airport in Franklin. Now to add traditional action to the scene, air cannons moved some of that water into the canyon. These air cannons were so powerful that if you took them in New York City and stuck a backpack on it, you could shoot up over the top of the Empire State Building with the ship. The earthquake that you saw was caused by large hydraulic shaker tables located underneath the bridge. And these are so strong we turn them all the way. We can send a small car, like Herbie, over the railing into the base of the canyon. Poor Herbie. The canyon was designed with the help of a Hollywood special effects team. What appeared to be an out-of-control disaster was actually a safe computerized sequence of events that takes just about 3.5 minutes to reset. Now on your right-hand side, you see a plane that's very important to the Walt Disney Company. Known in airports across the country as the 234 Mickey Mouse, this familiar twin-engine turboprop was definitely not a prop. It was actually Walt Disney's plane. Now Walt Disney and his Imagineers used it to fly between California and New York during the final planning stages of the New York World's Fair in 1864. It is also this plane that Walt Disney and his brother Roy used to fly their secret scouting missions around Central Florida looking for the perfect location for Walt Disney World. Of course, at the time, there were no decals on it, no Mickey Mouse waving off the back. There's been a lot of new construction here on our Backlog lately, including this Mediterranean village coming up on your right-hand side. It's because we're revving up for our new extreme stunt show, Lights, Motors, Action, that I was telling you about earlier. Now, how many of you had the opportunity to see Lights, Motors, Action today? Raise your hands. Awesome. That's not very many. Well, good for you. You'll be happy to know that it's here every day. And it's here 3 times a day, so you will have the opportunity to catch it. Now, if you do come back to our parks to check it out, you'll feel like you're right on the set as our film crews shoot a sequence of highly orchestrated stunts using custom-designed vehicles and carefully timed pyrotechnics. The resulting footage is then cut and mixed with visual and sound effects put up on a big screen for you all to see to create a dramatic action sequence. Now, if you've ever wanted to know how they do vehicle action stunts for the movies, definitely check out this attraction. We work with some of the world's top stunt directors, and they custom-designed vehicles that are capable of some pretty amazing maneuvers. In fact, the hero drives a one-of-a-kind car that weighs about half of what a regular car does, but is 2.5 times more powerful. That's pretty impressive to watch. And you know, I've actually heard rumors that Herbie may make an appearance in the show, so you might want to check that out. Now coming up on your left-hand side is the second of our 2 boneyards. Those missile canisters were used in Michael Bay's The Rock. The crypt is from the Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy. Cattle car was used in Mighty Joe Young. We have some mining buckets also from The Rock and the Acme Lights disposal truck from 101 Dalmatians. That pod-like spaceship is Max from the Flight of the Navigator. Any Star Wars fans may recognize the Sand Skip from Return of the Jedi and the Snow Speeder from The Empire Strikes Back. The yellow submersible and helicopter were both used in The Life Aquatic of Steve Zissou, starring Bill Murray. And our very last newest prop is the Presidential Escape Pod from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which recently came out on Disney DVD a couple months ago, I believe. Now let's see, we just drove through a canyon in California. We just drove by a Mediterranean village, and now we're headed straight through the streets of New York, which is a pretty short distance here on our Backlog. So while Dan drives us to New York, I'd like to ask, are there any fans of the Pirates of the Caribbean out there? Raise your hands. Several, awesome. I'm happy to know that Disney's planning not 1, but 2 sequels to the original Smash. All their favorite actors are slated to return, including Keira Knightley, Orlando Bloom, and my personal favorite, Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. Pirates of the Caribbean 2 Dead Man's Chest is scheduled to hit theaters in the summer of 2006. And the third and final of the series should be out in the holiday season of 2007. Now you're going to get your cameras out. We have a great photo opportunity coming up to see what appears to be the New York skyline right here in Orlando. It was actually a movie set that Batman produced some years ago in a short film she did called Lottery. It uses a movie trick called First Perspective. Now those are not skyscrapers positioned in the street. Those are actually just facades, much like the canyon, meant to look like the skyscrapers in New York. Now, New York is very safe because it's being patrolled by the Power Rangers as we speak. They come out every half hour to 45 minutes to sign autographs, to get pictures taken, and make sure there's no funny business going on in New York State. So look carefully along all the buildings that are backed up and along New York Street. You'll see if they're all facades. The steel structures that hold them up were designed to withstand hurricane level winds of up to 100 miles per hour. Those are what keep our backlot standing. Now we are approaching the very end of our tour, unfortunately. But this is where you'll find the American Film Institute Showcase. Our current exhibit is villains, movie characters you love to hate. A salute to the silver screen's bad guys and the films that made them infamous. You'll find this displayed through the sliding blue glass doors in the front right of the show. This is a must-see attraction, must-see because you have to see it in order to get back into the park, ladies and gentlemen. It's your one and only entrance back into the park. On behalf of your driver, Dan, and myself, Elise, it was